All right, so we got a couple goodies today. Both guns empty. So this gun I've had for a very long time. It's a tack sport. I got the bull shadow upper on it a couple months ago, and I've been loving it since. I originally had gray flat bogeys on this from Block, and they were great. Eventually decided to try a palm swell. This was many years ago, I think before they had these gridlock patterns, and I got a palm swell bogey, and I shot that for a long time. I picked up this Shadow 2 maybe 2-3 months ago, and it came, I bought it used, and it came with these lock grips, the grid locks, and I kind of fell in love with the grip on it immediately. So I knew I wanted something a little bit more aggressive, maybe something aluminum with a little bit more grab. The Shadow 2 is a thinner frame than the Tactical Sport, so even with the palm swells on here, it felt very different than grabbing the Tactical Sport with palm swells. So I opted out for these Patriot Defense grips, which are great, and I love the color on them. They really grab. You can kind of see my thumb here, like just stuck to it. But I missed this palm swell. I tried shooting these, and it just didn't feel, my hands didn't feel at home, we'll say. So I got a set of the grid locks for the Tactical Sport, and decided to just kind of go with the flow. I got the extended mag release. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. It does feel really nice. It has a kind of a bowl to it, you can see here. So it fits the thumb really cool. I don't believe it's going to be a problem with my grip. That remains to be seen. I did have another one just like the Shadow 2 one. So maybe if I do end up liking this, maybe I'll put one on the Shadow 2. Not entirely sure. If it's legal for production, I might. And if not, then I'll just leave it as is. The other thing I decided to upgrade, this magwell has been an issue for me since day one. They come not very well blended from factory on the Tactical Sport. I don't know about the TS2s, but on the Tactical Sport oranges, they were pretty bad. So I did blend it. And even with that, the grub screw, if it's super loose, the grub screw that came with it would back out sometimes in mid-stage. I'd have this and trying to reload and trying to bang around this thing. It was very frustrating. So I drilled this out. I think it came with like an M4 or M5 or something. I drilled it out to like an M6. And I put a point grub screw. Maybe you can see the point in there. And it kind of just bit into the steel a little bit. And no more issues. But when I did torque it down, it kind of pushed this back some like this. And also kind of torqued it this way. So it wasn't really ideal, but it was better than having a loose magwell. So I decided to pick this up from the Stoker shop today during lunch, and I will say the fit is much better. You can see I'm kind of having a hard time to push it in, and to come off, forget about it. It's even harder, and it doesn't even need to be blended. I think it's pretty well rounded on all sides. There's not a lip or anything I can catch on, so I'm pretty excited about that, and it just looks sweet. Looks pretty cool. It is a bigger magwell, I think, too. Yes, definitely a bigger magwell. So, got a little bit of blue Loctite. I already cleaned my grub screw with some alcohol. I'm going to let that set. But yeah, no, both guns should feel pretty on point. Pretty well. Same grips and everything. Eventually, I don't know if I will. Maybe I won't. Since this frame is a lot thicker, well, maybe not a lot, but it is thicker than the Shadow 2 frame, I think lock grips makes an option for oversized grips. So maybe one day I'll measure it and then order something a little oversized so both grips have the same circumference, maybe feel the same when I draw, because it ends up being a little weird when you get used to one gun and switch up. All right, that's about it. Quick review of the lock grips. They are fantastic. I kind of also wanted to try the lock jaws, but I felt these were plenty enough. I go to the range some days, and I'm out there for a couple hours, so I didn't want to get my hands something. I didn't want to use something that I would regret if it was too aggressive.